At dawn, the little troops start to move. Tungal was more serene now that Aedris could not threat the crown anymore. The day before, he had talked to Aedris. He didn't want her to suspect she was watched by Saederus, so he pretended that he wanted good fighters at each point of the caravan. She did not make reflection about that. In his head, he made a listing of the things he would have to do next. Oprisc was an important port until Redfield. The river speed was same as a galloping horse. In that conditions, they could reach the capital of the Radiant Empire in 1 or 2 days. More important, because of the size of the port, there was an infirmary. He could let the most injured of his men in it. He think also about the fate of Aedris. As an inquisitor, he had to suppress the danger she can represent. But, in the same time, she saved them. He would so be merciful. Maybe he would give her to the urban militia. Like this, she would not be executed, or at least avoid to her the purifying fire. But for now, he needed her abilities. He noticed that the slope began to be hard and that snow started to make important plaques on the road. The path would go through a cliff. It was that moment which Tungal feared. If the alchemist decided to attack at this point, he would not be able to join her immediately, because of the other soldiers between them and the narrowness of the passage. They reached it in the middle of the day. At that altitude, the climate still cold and the snow just started to melt. The captain looked down. A fall from that point would be deadly. The body would shatter on the rocks of the torrents below. But the time they didn't have problem. Fearful about a possible treason of Aedris, he didn't take care about the cracking sound under him. Suddenly he heard a cry from the back. Spicalion, one of the most injured, has killed on the snow. The alchemist had immediately jumped to grab his hand. "Please, not let me fall," said the soldiers, with a trembling voice and the feet in the void. "Don't worry, hold on," said the young woman, starting to bring him to the ridge. The man was almost saved when Tungal saw Saederus loaded his crossbow. "You should never ask mass to an heretic," he said calmly, and then shooting his comrade who fell to death. The young woman got up immediately, before to stop and fall back on her knees with a wailing. The killer looked at the captain, showing the black blade he just used. "The temple need more weapons like this. Do you know how we make them?" Before to respond to his own question, he took Aedris by her hair and forced her to get up. She was pale, a trickle of blood coming out of his mouth. She tried to get away, but she was stopped by another stab. Tungal met her gaze. In it, he saw an expression of pain and anguish. "We make them by throwing a fetus issue to a rape in a molten metal." The captain felt an icy chill on his back. What do you mean?" he said. "We have her right now," said Saederus, an evil smile on his face. "We could keep her until we take the fetus and then give her to the fire." After this, he approached his mouth near to the ear of the young woman and said with an amused voice, "I will make it myself. Don't think it's about pleasure. It is more like a personal revenge. Don't worry. I will tell all the details of your priest when I will arrest him." He brought his blade to the leather vase of the armor of the alchemist. He was about to cut it when his face exploded, pierced by a crossbow bolt. The Inquisitor felt and the captain saw Rengar reloading his crossbow. Tungal got to the young lady. Her wounds were serious. She would not survive until Oprisc without a bandage. But they didn't bring that with them. "I'm sorry," said the captain. Then he removed his coat, cut off the sleeve, and used it to limit the bleeding. Then he took her in his arms. "We have to hurry." "Do you want a horse for her?" said Rengar. "No, the snow could be too unstable to bear the weight of her and a horse. Don't worry, I can make it." Tungal was lost. In all the possibilities he imagined, he never imagined that Aedris could be the victim, and moreover, that Saederus could be the danger. The captain tried to think about how much time the Inquisitor wanted to kill the alchemist. He felt guilty about the situation. As a captain, he completely failed in his mission. He failed to protect his regiment, was incapable to see a threat in his own troop, and because of that, in one day, he lost 2 inquisitors and the person who saved them was about to die. Work with the body of Aedris was not easy, but she would die if we don't hurry. Rengar walked just behind him, but the captain didn't know if it was to watch on him or to protect him from the other inquisitors. In the first hours, the young lady had tremblings and wailing sometimes, but they started to be weak and rare. When they arrived to the end of the ridge, she didn't move anymore. Tungal put her on a flat rock under the sun and sat down near the body.